everyone. This is Beth Wright here, and welcome to our Hatha yoga practice on this morning, Tuesday, June 8th. Okay, so let's begin the class by coming into easy pose and palms at the heart in prayer position, sitting up nice and tall, and close your eyes, and we'll open the class with one Om, breathing in together. And now connect with your higher self, and you can just say, I am connected to my higher self and my I am presence. I am connected to Mother, Father, God. And then visualize white light coming down in a spiral of energy from source, from the great central sun, as it spirals down around you, down into your soul star, the energy center above your head, and cleansing your soul star. And we're going to bring it all the way down from our crown, right on top of our head, cleansing the crown chakra, the third eye, the brow center. Just breathe and let that white light move through your third eye center. Down through your throat, your heart, solar plexus, the sacral chakra, down through your base chakra, and then down into your earth star. So this continuous spiral of white light energy is now moving all the way through you and picking up any heavy or sticky, denser energy from your energy field and body, and moving it down into Mother Earth as it connects to the heart or core of Mother Earth, where we link our base chakra and earth star to the heart of Mother Earth. And she receives this energy and transmutes it into positive light-filled energy for all beings on this planet. And we also link our crown chakra and soul star to the great central sun. With your eyes still closed, set your intention for your practice, whether it's to bring more peace into your life, to ground, to center, to feel unconditional love for yourself and others, whatever it is, just set your intention. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And now let's take our arms out, fingertips touching, arms are straight. And then we're going to raise our right arm up, plant the left hand, bend the left elbow, and reach the right arm across. So keeping both of your sits bones on the mat, you're just reaching, and keep your top arm straight as you reach. This is a beautiful stretch down the sideline of the body. You can lift up slightly in the rib cage as you lean over, and breathe into your belly. Just focusing on the breath, moving in and out. Good, and coming back up. And we'll take it to the other side, planting the right hand, left arm reaches up, bend the right elbow, and now reach across with the left arm. And you're lifting up from the rib cage here. So there's a lengthening in the torso. So you're not collapsing. There's a lift happening in your upper torso. And that top arm stays straight as you reach across. Breathe into the belly. Good. Coming back to center. And now drop or you can bring your hands onto your knees. Let's drop our chin down to our chest. Keep your shoulders down and just draw the chin toward the chest. You'll feel the stretch in the back of the neck. Couple of breaths here. And now slowly roll your right ear to your right shoulder. Couple of breaths here. And now dropping your chin back down to your chest and rolling your left ear to your left shoulder. And a couple of breaths here. And now we're going to roll the head back and forth slowly with the breath from side to side while dropping the chin down to the chest. So you don't want to ever drop your head back and roll it that way. It's not good for the neck. But when you drop it forward, that works out just great. Couple more. We can store so much tension in our neck and shoulders. So it's really good to get in there and give it a nice stretch. Good. Bringing the head back up to the center. And now let's draw the shoulders up. Squeeze them up by your ears and then bring the breath in through your nose. And now draw the shoulders back. Exhaling down. Shoulders forward. Inhale, shoulders up. Back. Exhale, down and forward. One more time. Inhale, up. Back. Down and forward. Good. Shake your shoulders out. Shake, shake, shake. And let's go the other direction. Inhale, up. Forward, down, and back. Up, forward, down, and back. One more time. Up, forward, down, back. Shake. And then bring your legs out in front and shake your legs out. And now let's take the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. And sitting up nice and tall, Janushirshasana. So your shoulders and hips are squared to the front of the mat. We're flexing the left foot and then lengthen up through the torso and come out over the leg. Reaching the hands forward wherever they land. Keep flexing to that foot. Now this is going to feel pretty tight because we're just warming up here. So just go as far as you can. In this early Janushirshasana, let's keep our head lifted here and just work with bringing the heart forward. Breathe into the back of the leg as your heart stays lifted and your gaze is forward. And with every breath you take, feel yourself moving just a tiny fraction of a bit more deeply into the pose. So this is what we want to get used to doing, which is using the breath to go deeper into the pose, in every pose. Imagine that your heart is drawing forward, that it's leading. So the energy coming from the heart is drawing your torso forward, and that will increase the stretch over the leg. Good. Coming back up to center, and we're just going to switch to the other side. Right leg comes out, flexing the right foot, and the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Inhale, lift up through the entire upper body. And then as you exhale, lean forward, keeping your head lifted, your chest lifted. You'll feel the stretch immediately through the back of the leg. And now use the breath. And keep drawing the heart forward as you breathe. And you're lowering a little bit more, so you're increasing the stretch. One more deep breath here. Good. Now coming back up to center, and we'll do a twist. So let's bring the left foot out in front, and we're going to cross the right foot over the left leg. The foot is either above the knee or below the knee, but not right at the knee joint. And flex the left foot. Now sit up nice and tall, and we're going to bring our right arm behind us. Raise the left arm up, and inhale. And now twist to your right, and you can take the left elbow right to the inner part of the knee and twist. And your gaze turns behind you over the right shoulder. Keep the spine nice and long here. So draw up through the crown, keeping the left foot flexed, and just breathe into your belly, which is now twisted. Make it open with the breath. Twist a little bit further around. This is our last big breath. Good. Come back to center, right leg out in front. Check out your legs. And then we'll do the other side. Planting the left foot over the right, above or below the knee. Just pause here for a moment. Flex your right foot. And you're sitting up nice and tall. Nice long spine. Now, reach the left arm behind you, and you're planting the left hand. Fingers pointing away from the body. Reach the right arm up. Inhale, lift up through the torso. And now bring the right elbow to the left knee, and you're going to twist, keeping the spine lengthened. And draw the breath right into the belly. Two more breaths. And on this last one, twist around a little bit more. And release. Good. And now we'll cross at the ankles, lean forward, and come into tabletop position with your spine parallel to the floor. Fingers wide, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And let's move into cat-cow. Inhale, looking up. Drop the belly and widen the sits bones in the back. So to help you do that, press into the knees a little bit, and you'll feel those two bones opening as you turn your gaze up. Good. Top of the breath. Chin to chest, tuck the tailbone, press the back of the heart up, rounding the back. All the air comes out, and we move now at your own pace between these two poses using the full breath. Good. Come back to a neutral spine. Keep your hips directly over your knees, and just walk your arms forward. And you're going to drop your chest and head down. And perhaps you come down on your forehead. Arms are extended here, so you'll feel a nice stretch. If you're very flexible, you can bring your chin to the mat. And just breathe. This is called puppy pose. Good. Lift your head and chest. Bring your hands back under for down dog. And let's tuck the toes and come up and back into downward dog, pedaling through the feet. One heel reaching down and then the other. Bending the one knee and then the other. And here you press away from the hands. So we're creating a triangle with our body, or a pyramid with our body. So reaching the heels down now, pressing away from the hands, and then breathing. Gaze can be right between the feet here. If you'd like, you can add a little bounce with your heart. Opening up the backs of the legs. Good. Here, come up onto your toes and draw the hips up. So you're getting a nice stretch in the toes, opening the feet. Couple of breaths into the feet. And then sink the heels once again. And now we're going to walk our feet up towards our hands. Your feet stay hip width apart. And bend your knees slightly. Belly comes onto your thighs. Let your torso hang, including your head. And hold opposite elbows. And just shake your head no. And shake your head yes. And now breathe as you let your upper body just hang. It's like a forward fold when you're seated, but it's standing. So you've got gravity working with you. Deep breaths right into your rib cage. Expand your lungs. Good. And now release your elbows, arms hang. We're going to come slowly up, one vertebra at a time, upper body hanging until we come all the way up to stand. Okay, from here, let's come to the top of the mat, and we'll do one round of sun salutations on either side, palms at the heart in prayer position. This is mountain pose. Press into the feet, and you'll feel the legs nice and strong. Palms at the heart. From here, inhale, reach up, slight back bend. Exhale, arms sweep out wide, forward fold. Coming back down, draw the crown down to the earth. Place your hands underneath your shoulders and step your right foot back into low lunge. Extending through the back leg, and you've got your left foot and ankle underneath the left knee. Plant your hands and step it into plank pose. Nice long line in the body. And from here, drop your knees down, Tilt your hips back and drop your chest between your hands. Chin comes onto the mat. Toes are tucked under. And from here, inhale into baby cobra. Point the toes and you're lifting right from the chest. And now exhale, downward dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward into low lunge. And if the foot doesn't come up, bring it up with the hand. Exhale, left foot forward, standing forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way up, sweep the arms out wide, slight back bend. Exhale, palms to the heart. And we'll take it to the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, left foot back, low lunge. Hold the breath, plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right foot forward. Standing forward fold. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, palms to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the right foot back into low lunge. And now we plant the right hand underneath the right shoulder and raise the left arm up to sky for a twist. Modification here is you can have this back knee down. Otherwise, the leg is lifted. And your gaze is turning up toward the sky. Breathe. It's all about the breath. Good. Lower the left hand down. And now you're going to plant the right heel down and line up the foot with the right hip. Right hip lines up with the right foot. Left hip lines up with the left hip. And now bend into the left knee. We're coming up into Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. So we sink into this front knee and we extend through that back leg. The foot is at an angle. Align your hips and shoulders toward the front of the mat. And as you sink into this front leg, arms come up and your gaze can come up. So think about pressing equally into both feet. The weight is distributed evenly. And lift through the heart. So you have that length, beautiful length of the spine. Deep breaths. Good. And now straighten through this front leg, and you're going to pull the back foot in to shorten your stance. So the feet are still lined up with the respective hips. And now both legs are straight. So press into the feet, and we're going to slowly come down over this front leg. Here is where you can use blocks on either side for your hands. As you come down, you're going to feel that stretch in the back of the left leg. Just breathe into it. Continue to apply a small amount of pressure into the feet to keep your foundation strong. And now we're going to do a reverse triangle. So the right hand will come either to a block. Let me demonstrate block for you. So the block can be on the inside of the foot. It can be high side. It can be low side. It can also, if you're more advanced and have worked with this pose, be on the outside of the left foot. So now that your feet are pressing into the mat, you want to keep this sacrum part level. The hand is on the block, and then you're going to raise the left arm up. So this is another twisting pose. Whenever we twist in any of the poses, we're really toning and working with the digestive system and improving the digestive system. Breathe into it. Deep breaths, one more deep breath. Good, and now release that left arm down. You can move your block out of the way and bend into this left knee, come all the way back up. And now we're going to step into warrior 3. So there's a wall right in front of me. If you need, this is a balancing pose. If you need any support, you could use a chair or a wall, and it just come onto your left foot, standing on your left foot, and you're going to be leaning forward, torso facing the floor, right leg comes up behind. So here, if I were to use this wall, I'd place my hands on the wall and then get into position. Now, it's more challenging when your hands are out and there's no wall to support. So if you're not using a wall in front of you, your hands can be alongside the body. Okay? And keep that right hip down. Again, if you're using a chair or something in front of you, just work on keeping your weight over the left leg and the right leg lifting and the torso staying parallel to the floor. And then from here, drop your hands down and take the right leg behind the left for scissors pose. Drawing your head down toward the mat. Deep breaths here. One more deep breath. Good. And now bring the right foot around so that your feet are hip width apart. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders and let's step it back into downward dog. Downward dog, lengthen out into plank pose. And now lower down knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Exhale, left foot forward. Standing forward fold. Inhaling, come all the way up. And exhale, palms to the heart. Excellent. All right, other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot comes all the way back into low lunge. Planting the left hand underneath the left shoulder. Raise your right arm up to sky and twist the upper body. The back knee can be down if you like, or lifted. And just focus on the breath here. Two more breaths. Good. Lowering the right arm down. And now we're going to pull that back foot, or we're going to drop the back foot down at an angle, and it's lining up with the left hip bone. So this is our stance for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Bending through the right knee, coming all the way up. Okay, and now square the hips and shoulders to the front of the mat. Okay, bend it into this right leg, and then arms up. Reach through that back foot, or the leg through the foot. And sink into the front leg. Lift in the heart and breathe. Good. Now straighten through this front leg and shorten your stance by drawing that back foot in a little bit. All right. And we're slowly going to come down over this leg. You can use your blocks here. Lengthen out with your torso over the center line and just get a nice stretch in through the back of the right leg. Deep breaths. And now we're going to come into reverse triangle. So this block can be high side or low side, either on the inside or outside of the foot. And it may be different from one side to the other. So just notice what you notice, feel what you feel, and work with what you got. Left hand's on the block, right arm's up, you're twisting, and breathe. Press into the feet to stay stabilized. And now as I'm breathing, each breath, I'm lengthening the crown away. I'm reaching the arm a little higher. I'm lengthening the neck. And I'm constantly moving into a deeper expression of this pose. Good, and release. And now we're gonna bend into the right knee, come up, and Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3 on the other side. So if you need a support, either a wall or a chair, go to it now, bring it into place. And then you're gonna step slowly onto the right leg, the left toes just touching behind you here. And then you're drawing the torso parallel to the floor while also bringing the left leg parallel to the floor. Gaze is down at the floor. And see this left hip, you want it facing the floor. Arms are down alongside, reaching behind, or they're out in front holding a wall or chair. Nice deep breaths. And then lower the hands down. And we're going to take this left leg behind the right, scissors pose. And your weight comes over both feet. And then breathe into the back of the left leg. Oh my God, I love this stretch so much. You know when it like hurts so good? I mean, not hurts, but it's like, oh, that's uncomfortable, but you know you need it. Yeah, that's what that's all about. Deep breath. Okay, now let's bring the left foot around, hip width apart, bend through the knees, roll all the way up. And we're going to do one more standing pose before we come down to our seat. So all of these standing poses are great for strengthening our foundation and working with our legs, which is all base chakra stuff. And everyone needs base chakra strengthening, especially now when everything is so discombobulated. You know, we need our foundation, and our foundation we get from inside of us. Arms up. We're going to do chair pose here. Arms are by your ears. Feet are together like so, unless you have some balancing issues, in which case you can bring them apart. And then when you're ready, go ahead and sit down in your chair, keeping your tailbone straight so that, or your lower spine straight so that you're not arching, not sticking your chest out here. You're keeping it, your tailbone tucked under. That's what I'm trying to say. Sit in your chair, arms by your ears, and breathe. Good. And now plant your hands and let's come all the way down onto our seat. And bring the legs out wide, super wide. As wide as you can, which might be this far. Doesn't really matter. You're working with yourself. There's no competition in yoga. So we bring our hands in front of us, and then we slowly begin to walk it forward, bringing our torso out. And this gives such a great stretch right in the inner thighs. And all this leg work is so great for our foundation. So it helps us with our walk, the way that we move across the earth. So wherever you are, just breathe into it. You're going to feel it in the inner thighs, the hips, the low back. And make your way up slowly. And then bring the legs together. And let's come all the way onto our back. And here we're going to do a little work with the strap. And so if you've got a strap or a belt from your robe or something, grab something that imitates a strap. And you're lying down in your back now. And let's bend the left knee. So the left foot plants. And we're going to raise the right leg up. And take your strap now and bring it around this right foot. And you can create like a little loop that you hold on to with your right hand. All right, from here, draw the leg towards you. And you can keep this left knee bent. If you want to go deeper into this pose, lengthen the left leg out. And then if you are very flexible and you don't need a strap, then you're grabbing onto the backs of your legs as you draw the leg towards you. And now lift your head up and draw your head a little bit closer to your leg. And then as you lengthen down, the leg comes further towards your body. And now, holding onto the strap or your leg, take your left arm out to the side, palm facing down. And we're just going to draw the right leg over to the right. Keep the left hip down on the mat, and this right leg is over to the right as far as it comes, just off the floor. Breathe into it. And now bring it back up to center, and we'll take it over to the left. Now here, I want you to keep this right hip down. So we're not going to take the leg all the way over, because that would mean that we'd have to lift this hip and bring it over. We're just going to do a very small and subtle movement of it over to the left. So this is a similar feeling that we felt in scissor pose. It's a similar stretch. Just bring it slightly over, keeping this right hip down, and breathe into the back of the leg. Good. And now, happy baby on the right side. So take your hand to the foot, bend through the knee, and draw that knee down toward the earth beside you. Okay, so you're opening up that right hip. Good. And now plant the right foot with the right knee bent, and we'll take it to the other side. Left leg comes up, and you can wrap your strap around the foot. The leg is straight with a slight bend in the knee. And now drawing that leg towards you, breathe into the back of the leg. And here you have a choice of keeping this right knee bent or lengthening the leg out, which is going to increase the stretch. And lift the head, grab a little bit higher up on the strap or the leg, and draw that leg towards you, and then lower the head back down. Good. Now bringing the right arm out to the side, palm facing down, and open the left leg over to the left. Breathing right into the thigh. And bringing the leg back to center. And now we'll take it over to the right just a little bit. The higher up the leg is, the more of a stretch you'll have as you cross it over the center line. Breathing down the back of the leg. Good. And now happy baby on the other side. So bend the knee and grab onto the foot and draw the knee down toward the mat beside you. And let's do a full happy baby. So bring the other foot up, and we'll draw one foot down and then the other. And this is like a little rocking motion. Good. And now plant both feet. And let's come into bridge pose. So you're on your back, walking the feet up underneath your hips. Underneath your knees. Arms down alongside the body, palms facing down. And now press into the feet, lift the hips, and you can draw your shoulders underneath you. And if you have the flexibility in the shoulders, interlace your hands underneath your back. Otherwise, your palms are flat on the mat. From here, squeeze in through the mula bandha, the perineum and the sex organs. Squeeze in and up, and then draw your chin toward your sternum. Keep pressing into the feet. Deep breaths. And now release your shoulders and lower your vertebrae down one at a time. Hug your knees into your chest and rock a little bit side to side. All right, and now we're gonna rock back and forth along the spine. Rocking back and forth. And we're going to come into plow pose. So we have options here. You can place your legs up the wall, and you can place a blanket, a cushion, or even your block underneath your sacrum, and just lie with your legs up the wall as you scooch your seat toward the wall. All right, and so here I've got a block underneath my sacrum, my low back, and now I'm fully supported, and I can just keep my legs up. This is giving me the inversion pose. Arms out. If you'd like, you can place a couple of cushions, blankets, pillows, whatever you want to just stay fully supported in this pose while you hold it here. So the inversion means that the heart is not pumping blood to the whole body, because the heart is at the lowest point. So now all the blood is coming back to the heart, and the heart gets like a break. It gives a little bit of a break. And you can just rest here, letting go. If you want to do the full pose, you can rock back, bringing your legs over. Your hands are supporting your hips, and your legs come up. This is Sarvangasana, the queen of poses. Shoulder stand. So I originally said plow pose, but it's actually shoulder stand with the legs up. If you want to do plow pose, you just bring your legs over your head, toes touching. And you can also move between the two. Good. And when you're ready to come out, you just bend your knee and lower all the way down onto your back. Yay. And now bring your arms and legs out wide. And we'll do a little twist before we come into our final Shavasana. So arms and legs are out wide. And now grab your knees and squeeze them into your chest again. Lift your head and squeeze into a tiny little ball. And then release your head down. And now release your left leg down on the mat. Right arm out to the side, palm facing down. Guide the right knee across for your twist. Right shoulder stays down. And my block just happens to be over here. So if you need any support for your knee, you can always use a block to rest your knee on. Deep breaths. And then come back to center and lengthen the right leg out. And hug the left knee in now. Left arm out to the side, palm facing down. And then guide this leg across. Again, you can rest that knee on a block. Left shoulder down. And just breathe into your twist. Good. And then coming back to center. And now we'll come into final Shavasana, final resting pose. Arms and legs out wide, palms facing up. Any final little movements that you want to make before you come into your stillness. Eyes closed. And now bring your awareness right into the very center of your heart, of your chest, where your heart center is. Not the center of your physical heart, but the center of your chest, which is your heart chakra, the energy center. And in this space, imagine that you can see a beautiful doorway. And just notice what this doorway looks like. What is the door made of? What colors are there? Notice the door handle. And notice what is surrounding the door. And now, with your higher self accompanying you, go ahead and open this door. And this is the doorway to your inner sanctum of your beautiful, sacred heart. And go ahead and step in through the doorway, in through the portal, into your own divine space. Notice what you're seeing. You are safe here. It is beautiful. It is full of light. There is bright light streaming from every angle. Your higher self is with you. And just allow that light to fill your entire body, filling your lungs, your chest, your arms and hands and fingers. It's the brightest, most beautiful light. And now it fills your belly, your torso, your hips, pelvis, legs, feet, and toes. And the light is streaming out of your feet and your hands. And now the light is coming up through your neck, throat, and your head, and out through the top of your head. And this is the light of your own divinity, your own soul. You are this eternal being of light, this energy. Eternal. You do not die. You exist for infinity. And you exist through different bodies over and over and have different experiences. And you learn different lessons and experience beautiful things as well. And just sit with your soul here, the light of your own soul, marveling at your magnificence. Everything that you've done since your soul first came into being is coded within this light. Own it. Embrace it. Feel how powerful you are. And when this body is done in this lifetime, this light that you are, this true self, will go on. Will leave this body and will go on and have more experiences in other realms. We are miracles. Feel the beauty and treasure in that, in the truth of who you are. And if there's something that you've been holding on to, that you've been needing to let go of, ask your soul to help you let go of it right now, or integrate it within this light. And now reach your arms long on the mat and reach through your fingers and toes, stretching through your whole body. Still holding the light, shining the light of your soul. Comes out through your eyes, through every pore in your body. It shines from your heart and your smile. And rolling onto one side, bending through the knees. Go ahead and press up into your seated cross-legged position. Coming back up where we began, palms at the heart. Let's close the class with one Om, breathing in together. I bow to this beautiful and magnificent light inside of you that is also inside of me. Namaste. You are beautiful, you are loved, and you are a sacred being. You are an eternal being. Remember who you are. Thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure. My name is Beth Wright. You can find me on SpiritWorks Beth Wright or energyhealingteacher.com. Have a beautiful day.